Hey, aloha, and welcome once again to the Spirit of Sports, brought to you by notpods.com, coming soon, and my YouTube channel at notpods, because this is not a podcast. This is live internet radio with Uncle Richie, as usual, coming at you from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is high noon Hawaiian time. For all you out there on the mainland, that's 3 Pacific, 4 in the mountains, 5 Central, and 6 p.m. Eastern time. You'll notice that the screen is blank because this is not a podcast. This is not pods. This is live internet sports talk radio, the Spirit of Sports. We're talking sports. We're talking life. Uncle Richie coming at you high noon. Put it on the radio when you're driving. Check it out. Subscribe, please. Working on this. It's been almost a month now, 28 days. I've been live every day. It's my career, putting in the work. I have the website, not up and running yet, coming soon, but just working on my craft, working on being live every single day, working on doing a show, putting together good content, and free for now. As I get better and as I feel I deserve it, I will be asking a mere 51 cents a month in perpetuity, a mere pittance. If I can get just a small percentage of the world to give me 51 cents a month, that's all I will humbly ask. Not for a year, probably get it free for, I think, this whole football season. But once I have the website up and running, going good, once I feel confident, once I get a bunch of subscribers, I will be asking for a little bit of money. That's down the road. Let's talk now. NFL season approaching quick. Hallelujah and rejoice. The preseason is over. Such a hold your breath 3 weeks. Can't stand it. Great for the guys trying to get a job, trying not to get cut. Great for starters to get their feet wet, get some live bullets, but it is just a hold your breath injury-wise, especially when you do I had one fantasy draft before this weekend's games. Dameon Pierce was my 4th round pick, number 1 running back. And every time he got the ball last night, Houston against New Orleans was, looking great. Angry runner. Wants to be even more angry this year. You know, when you draft a guy and you just hear all the great things, and I love that, but just to get out of the game and have him walk off the field into the locker room and say, here we go, week 1 coming. So this is post-preseason. Post-preseason, thank goodness, 10 days to kick off. This is Monday, August 28th. Uncle Richie, live. Not Pods, YouTube at Not Pods. Thank you for joining me. I had one on, must have bored them. I have 0 right now. That's okay. I'm not expecting many people to listen right now. I'm just working on my craft, trying to get, I just got over 50 subscribers in less than a month. I think that's pretty good. Haven't really been pushing it too hard. And I believe once I go 90 days, I can do live on my phone. Right now, I'm in my house, in my living room / studio, sometimes in the kitchen, right on the beach, mere maybe 7 iron away from the beach, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean where the palm trees sway. Uncle Richie, trying to not wear shoes again for the rest of my life. If I can when I make a career of this, I will wear shoes on vacation and I will wear shoes golfing. And if it's a super nice dinner, but we have our nice slippers for that. You got your leather slippers for nice events. You got your locals for beach day. Then you got your rubber ones for semi in between. So it's a slipper world out here. Hawaii. And I'm living it and loving it. Got my shout out to my little girl, Emilani the Great. Check it out once a week. I try to interview her. She's a little squirrely. We need to maybe shore that up a little bit, but it's fun. Got a new camera, so you will be able to see me on all my interview shows. I will have the camera on for the Spirit of Sports, my flagship show. That's when I blank it out, and this is live internet radio. I grew up on the radio. I'm on the plus side of 50 years old. Listening to games, the Shawns, Bill Shawnley for the Blazers, Rip City. Daryl Ani for the Beavers, football and basketball, go Beavs. No ducks allowed. I know I give this setup every time, but for you first-time listeners, I just want everyone to know my intents and purposes. My intent is to make this a career. I will be live every single day. I'm going to do a 24-hour talkathon. I'm going to break it up into either 3 or 4 Sundays. Starting week 1, I will go 6 hours at least live, maybe 8. Probably go like 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 6 a.m. to noon for 3 or 4 Sundays straight. It will be a live 24-hour talkathon, kind of like the walkathon, but I'm not asking for any donations. I just am asking for you to just get a feel for it. I'm going to start ramping that up. I got to start advertising for that. Hopefully, maybe I should get the website set up. Just put in all my effort. Know this, every waking moment, I'm either watching my shows. I love First Things First, Cowherd, Good Morning Football, NFL app. Getting all my content, taking notes, doing my predictions. If I'm not asleep or working or with the kid, and even sometimes as I'm watching the kid, but any free time I have is dedicated to my craft, my career. This is a career. This ain't just a hobby. As Kevin Kistner told his fans one time in that one tournament, golfer, this ain't just a hobby here. Like most y'all, Georgia boy, take a spit. This is not just a hobby. This is my career. I have 100% faith that I will make a living off this. And whether it be a get-by living or a great living or real wealth, that's what's to be seen. If I can get 100,000 of you to pay me 51 cents a month, I don't think that's asking too much. Especially stay tuned. I'm really excited I got 2 original shows this season that could really put me on the map. I'm doing That's What He Said, where I'm taking 4 of the pros, Chris Broussard, Nick Wright, Cynthia Freeland, and Colin Cowherd. And their predictions, they do a lot of predictions every week. And I'm going to keep track of those along with myself. I'll be calling myself out too. But, all these pundits, these people on TV, and they can just spew shit out their ass and nobody knows if they were right or wrong because by the next week, they don't even bring it up or care. There's ramifications now. Uncle Richie's coming at you. Nick Wright, Broussard, Cynthia, love you. Cowherd. We're going to do percentages. Every week I have year-long predictions, whole list of Nick Wrights already, and I'm going to do week by week with myself as well. And I'm going to hold us all accountable. See what we bat. See what our percentages are. See how many times we just talk shit and people lose money because they listen to us. And we don't say, at least I'm sorry that I said that. And I'm sorry that I picked them. And I'm sorry that I led you astray, America and the world. No more of that. Did I mention 10 days till kickoff? Did I mention preseason is over? Hallelujah. One of my favorite days. 10 days to kick off. 10 days and 2 hours. Thursday night football. Lions at Chiefs. Let's end Nick Wright's one of his takes all off season. Chiefs go 20-0. Oh, now that Chris Jones is holding out, well, maybe they'll be 6-2 when he comes back in week 8. I'm about sick of the 20-0 shit. cut day tomorrow. I don't even know if that's kind of heartbreaking. That was always one of the bummers on Hard Knocks. And it's funny, and I just heard this. It's true. Just every time they sit in the office, you're a great football player, and we really thought long and hard, and we don't want to do this. Anything we can do to help. If there comes a position open, we'll get back to you. Basically, it's you're fired and get out. Give me the playbook. So week 1, 10 days to Thursday night football. 13 days to red zone. And I do have a schedule out, by the way. Sundays is going to be red zone with Richie Day. High noon till whenever. Me and Scott Hansen. If you're on the radio, if you're in your car, turn it on like the radio. I will be live and I will be updating the games as we go. Me and Scott Hansen. If you don't have red zone, you're making a trip from Connecticut to the city, or if you're going from Kansas to Wyoming, whatever it is, turn me on. You're going to hear about me. I'm going to make myself known. I'm going to be on PTI 5 Good Minutes. I'm going to be on the Cowherd Show. I'm going to be on Good Morning Football. I have no doubts. So that's what he said. That'll be one of my original shows I'm really excited about. And I also have Under the Hood coming, where I'm going to delve into the Vegas spreads. Every week I'm going to look at Caesars, maybe a couple books, and where all the money is on games, if there's 75 to 80% of the money on one side. And then when the referee goes underneath the hood to look at a play that is obviously a touchdown because we can see both toes in bounds and he catches it, and 3 minutes later he comes out and says, upon further review, the call is reversed. Incomplete pass. And I look over here at Vegas and it says, 82% of the money was on that team that helped that play. Imagine that. And how many times are those shitty ass calls that are reversed that take 2, 3, 4 minutes when it's supposed to be incontrovertible evidence, people? Incontrovertible, whatever. It's supposed to be obviously to overturn a call. And if it's not, you stick with the call. So when it takes 3 minutes and they overturn a call that we all know and they think we're fucking idiots, that's what I'm going to look into. Me and my boy Sim for 3 years have been texting every Sunday 2 or 3 or 4 times and saying, can you believe that shit? They overturned that call that is so obvious to me and you and 300 million Americans, or 30 or however many. I know it's in the tens of millions of Americans are watching the NFL. And tens of millions of Americans know when they're being hoodwinked and they think we're fucking idiots. So I'm very excited for Under the Hood. And if I have Jimmy Chainsaw knocking on the door, if I disappear, man, sorry, Emalani. Or if there's a van across the street, cease and desist. That's how it has to be. And I don't want it to be true, but I'm very suspicious, and I have been for years. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, the NFL. They're in bed with gambling now, DraftKings, fantasy football. They embrace it. I don't know. Seems like conflict of interest to me. And it seems like they're not going to leave a multi-billion-dollar industry to chance. I think not. So 2 shows I'm very excited for. I'll let you know my schedule. Starting Monday the 11th, I believe. Sunday the 10th is the first day. Let me check I am doing this all by myself, no assistant. So anything I have to look up, I have the TV, I have my computer, and my iPhone. In 90 days, I'll be able to go live on the iPhone. So I will be a traveling news van, basically, interviewing anybody, anytime I want. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be not pods on the road anytime you want. You're a fan. I'm at the bar. I'm at the beach. I'm at work. You want to do a quick 5-minute interview? Tell your friends we're going to be live for the whole world to see. So my schedule, starting September 11th through the NFL season, every Monday, high noon, the Spirit of Sports NFL recap. And then under the hood, we're going to look at all those questionable calls and how they correlate to the money in Vegas. See what's going on, because some stuff is just inexplicable. That's Monday at noon. Tuesday, high noon. That's what he said. My picks plus the 4-pack of pros. Freeland, Broussard, Wright, and Cowherd. Those are the 4 I picked. I'm following them. We're gonna have percentages on the year. Cynthia does a lot of over-unders on yardage, fantasy football stuff. I'm gonna take all those and how she did. Nick Wright just throws shit out there all the time. Like Caleb Williams is a third-tier NFL quarterback. He's in college, cool guy. So all that shit, Broussard, he doesn't make a whole lot of out there picks, but he's just one guy I picked. Him or Schrager, I'm not sure. One of those two. And then Colin Cowherd basically with his Blazing 5. And I will give my picks every game with and without the spreads. That'll be Thursday. So anyway, Monday, high noon, Spirit of Sports NFL recap and Under the Hood show. Tuesday, high noon, that's what he said. Wednesday, Talk Story with Uncle Raz. Going to try to get Raz in here every Wednesday. We had him last week. Our first show. He's got great stories. He's just a great storyteller. We click pretty good. We'll talk sports, talking life. Talk Story every week with Uncle Raz. Thursday, 3 p.m. between golf and work. My picks for the coming week with and without spreads every week. And then on Monday or Tuesdays, I will call myself out and keep my percentages along with the pros. Friday noon show, Spirit of Sports, is just a miscellaneous and catch up and whatever's feeling good. Maybe I'll tell some jokes that day. Maybe I'll tell a couple stories of myself. So Friday's just a miscellaneous day. Saturday, high noon, Spirit of Sports. We ramp up the NFL for the following day. Injury reports, news, games, question marks, everything and anything coming up on the following day. Matchups. Saturday's going to be one of my favorites. And then Sunday noon, high noon every day, join Uncle Richie live with the Red Zone, me and Scott Hansen. If you're in your car, just turn us on. Put us through your radio. Get your Bluetooth. Go on over to YouTube at NotPods. And I'm not big enough yet because if you type in NotPods, it's going to, when the drag down, it'll say Nut Pods, something about almonds. But if you just hit the enter button, when you hit in NotPods, I'm the first guy there. It's me and my little girl, Emalani, riding my back. She's laughing. I'm looking like, what's going on here? You see that picture, you click on and you subscribe and you listen, and Sundays are going to be great. And then I do Emalani the Great, the Grom Squad. I interview Emalani. I interview her and her friends on the Grom Squad. These are just whenever the kids are around. I did one yesterday. I had 4 kids over here. We got the twins up the street and their brother Van, Coven, Leo, and Van, and then Emmy. So it's kind of fun. It's all over the place, not super professional right now. And I don't think it has to be when you're interviewing 2-year-olds, but it's something cool down the road, tourists find out, hey, where is this Uncle Richie guy? Yeah, we want Max to do an interview. He's 6 and he loves fantasy football. Come on in, Max. So that's when the camera's on. You can see how I look. But as for now, starting 9/11, wow, that's when my schedule starts. Monday through Sunday, I'm going to have set schedule, more consistent. As of now, I'm trying to be high noon every day. Spirit of Sports. We're talking sports. We're talking life with Uncle Richie at NotPods. NotPods.com, coming soon. Get your picks in, people, for week 1. I'm running a pool. CBS Sports. Anybody, if you want to chat, you want to send me your email. It's $10 a week, online, winner take all. Monday night, tiebreaker, score without going over. Get your picks in for week 1. Get your fantasy drafts going. I got one at work that We still don't have a draft date set. I'm going to have to get on her, Nikki. Sit your lineups, people. Survivor pools, big money too. I'm going to do about 10 minutes on the survivor pools right about now. I'm looking at the first 4 weeks and some survivor pool plans, strategy. Let's strategize. It is prediction week on First Things First. So Broussard and Nick Wright, they did AFC East and NFC East today. And then I did my picks. I did do 2 little revisions. I had the Jets second, third actually, and I'm putting the Jets second and the Dolphins third in the AFC East. I'm dropping the Rams. I'm sorry. I know it's preseason, but I had them second in the AFC West. I'm dropping them to third, putting Seattle second. But pretty much I'm sticking pretty pat after the preseason's over. I will do my final predictions probably on Wednesday next week, right before the season starts. My over-unders in Vegas and my division first through fourth. So Nick Wright, AFC East, he goes Miami first, Buffalo second, Pats third, and the Jets in fourth. Just a normal Nick Wright. Look at me. I'm doing something nobody else is saying, so I'm going to say it. And then when I'm dead wrong, nobody's going to care. I care. We will see about that. That is an end of the season. I'm keeping track of all this, though, and myself. Chris Broussard, AFC East. Bills first, Jets second, Dolphins third, Pats fourth. And Uncle Richie's going Buffalo first, Jets second, Miami third, Pats fourth. So everybody has Pats fourth except Nick Wright. He has the Jets fourth. Sorry, I'm working on the phone as well right now. NFC East. Prediction week. NFC East, Nick Wright. Cowboys first, Philly second, Giants third, Washington last. Broussard. NFC East, Philly first, Dallas second, Washington third, New York Giants last. Wow. And Uncle Richie, Philly first, Dallas second, Giants third, Washington fourth. Bills, Jets. Yeah. I think I'm better than Nick Wrong. We'll see. That is Monday, August 28th, prediction week. That's all they did today on First Things First. 2 of my guys, Broussard and Wright. All week long, they'll be doing predictions. So probably they only did 2 today. Oh, yeah. So they'll do 2 every day. So probably 2 every day, and then Friday will be MVP, all that. That was about it for today on Prediction Week. Let's talk survivor pools for a little bit. Big money in survivor pools. A lot of guys. I'm in 2. I'm in a $100 pool that has like 250. So we're talking $20,000 here. It's a lot of people, a lot of money. You can't just pick the gimmies. I think, especially early on, you got to get a couple teams out of the way that you're not going to think much of. Of course, if they lose week 1 and you don't really know what's going on week 1, it's hard. So big money survivor pool. There's big money survivor pool and small change. We did the small change ones too. They got 200 people. That's thousands of dollars. So what I like to do is take a middle of the road team that's playing what you think is going to be a shitty team. I don't think you can just use the Bills over the Colts in week 1 or whoever they're playing. You got to save some of the good teams. But I'm looking survivor pool week 1. I have 5 games that I'm targeting. I think Minnesota over Tampa. Minnesota, middle of the road, right? What do I have them? 9-8. I have them second place in the NFC North at 9-8. Use them up against Tampa. Won't cost you down the road too much. Washington versus Arizona. Howell looks pretty good. Their defense should be good. I think Zona's a mess. You could just pretty much pick every team that plays Zona the first 6 weeks. But if you can use a team like Washington in the first week, that's get you off to a great start. I think a lot of people will be there too. But if Arizona comes up and they're better than everybody thinks and you're out early, oh well. I think I'd rather be out early and use up one of the lower tiered teams better than using up all of the high tiered teams. And as you get into week 7, 8, 9, and then you have to use Washington. And then that's stressful. Longer you go, the more better teams you want. So I really like Washington week 1 survivor pool. Denver at home against Vegas. I don't like Vegas. I think they're going to be bad. And if you could use up Denver early. Jacksonville at Indy. With that QB, Anthony Richardson, you never know. Not sure you want to use Jacksonville that early. Baltimore at home for Houston. Upper tier team, I have them 11-6, Baltimore, and to win the AFC North. But playing Houston, it's kind of like top 4, tier 4 team against a pretty bad team. But as I look at it, I think if survivor pool week 1, I'd go Minnesota or Washington. And probably my number 1 pick would be Minnesota versus Tampa Bay. Middle tier, middle of the road team that you're not really going to care if you use them later. It's not like a team you want to save. It's a team that you can get them out of the way, get out of week 1, and save a lot. Week 2, survivor pool. Chicago at Tampa. Giants at Zona. Denver, home for Washington. That's 3 I'm looking at. Chicago at Tampa. Some people say we're sleeping on Baker. I say I don't believe it. Their defense should be good, but don't really buy it. Giants at Zona, like I said, you could just take whoever Zona plays the first 6 weeks. And the Giants, where I got them. 8-9. Tough schedule. So you use them up. Use Chicago or Tampa up early. Denver home for Washington. So those are the 3 that I really like. I would probably think Giants. I'm going week 1 through 4. Survivor pool strategy. I like to get the teams that you're not going to really want to use later. Get them out early. And if you lose early, oh well. Then you don't have to stress about it. I'm not using KC, Buffalo, Cincinnati first 2-3 weeks. You're saving that. I remember last year or 2 years ago, my friend Eric, and it was down to like 50 guys out of 500, 25 grand, and he had saved Buffalo for up till week 7 or week 8. They were playing the Jets, and they lost 10-3 or something. Just destroyed them. Out of the 50, 37 or something had Buffalo that week. So then it was down to 13 teams out of 400 or 500. So that's week 2. Week 3, Buffalo at Washington. Jacksonville, home for Houston. Baltimore, home for Indy. Dallas at Zona. Pittsburgh at Vegas. Philly at Tampa. Kind of want to say Buffalo. Might have used Jacksonville week 1. Might have used Baltimore. Dallas at Zona. Get Dallas before they fall to shit. Pittsburgh at Vegas. See how Vegas looks the first 2 weeks. Philly at Tampa. Kind of want to save Philly. So I think I like Dallas at Arizona. So, Dallas, there's going to be a hiccup in the road. There's going to be a time when I think they're going to win. That could be it. If you're out, you're out. And let's just go week 4. Jacksonville, home for Atlanta. New Orleans, home for Tampa. I like that. Pittsburgh at Houston. Chargers at home for Vegas. San Fran, home for Zona. I want to save San Fran. I kind of want to save the Chargers. Jacksonville, you might use. New Orleans, home for Tampa. And Pittsburgh at Houston. Okay. I think Survivor Pool. That's what he said right here. Next Monday, week from Monday, 2 weeks from today. Week 1, I'm going Minnesota, home for Tampa. Week 2, Giants at Zona. Week 3, Dallas at Zona. Week 4, New Orleans, home for Tampa. That's my strategy for the first 4 weeks of Survivor Pool. And maybe we'll talk more about that soon. This was 8/28. Yeah. We'll go week 5, 6, 7, and 8 tomorrow. How's that? Sounds good, people. And that does it. Another half hour in the books. I'm doing a half hour at least every single day, especially when I get my phone, be able to do it. So it's been 30 days, 28 days. When I hit 90 days, as long as I don't have any blockages, I think cussing's okay. Yeah. I put it not for children. I cuss 3 or 4 times when they think we're fucking idiots or bullshit. Other than that, before I get into my positivity, serenity now, as I always do, I'm going to tell you some bullshit right now. I'm not going to name names, but I bought a Ford Explorer from a dealer. The AC started not working, just not as cool. So I took it in, said, hey, they said, okay, the AC was low, bring it back, we'll check for leaks. It's covered under the warranty. They fill it up, it's working fine again. I bring it back in, I get a text. You need a $3,000 front pan change. You need a $1,900 turbo oil leak. You need this and that, like $6,000. And all of these are not covered on your warranty. Oh, but by the way, we checked the AC and there's no leak. So you don't need to work on the thing that's covered under the warranty. Imagine that. But these 6 other things that are not covered under warranty. Oh, you need all this shit. Really? I bought this fucking car 7 months ago. And you wonder why used car salesmen and dealerships get a bad name? It is so bullshit. I'm not going to give the name away. And I've known the guy for years. It's a friend of mine's husband. Not saying any names. It's pretty crap. And it's way more mileage. I should have looked into it more. It seemed like a nice car. It runs great, but now there's a rattle underneath the dashboard. $1,000 to fix that. It's a crack in the windshield wiper box or something. So I'm dealing with this crap on a car that I bought 7 months ago with a 2-year warranty that doesn't cover shit. I take it in to get the AC that they say is broken, but since it's under warranty, there's nothing wrong with it. But I got these $6,000 worth of shit that you should fix on this car you just bought that's not under warranty. How the fuck does that work? Pretty livid. But serenity now, higher consciousness, higher plane. So as we go forward in this day, people, just try to love yourself and love one another. We're all in this together. Try not to stress. Stress causes cancer. Stress will kill you, cause your teeth to fall out. Your hair will fall out. You can't sleep. You'll get sick. So just go out there and be nice to yourself, especially. Be nice to others. Forgive. Swallow the hate. Give back love. There's more love in the world. I love you all. Thank you so much. And until tomorrow, ahuiho.